All right, let's go.
Surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of a little bit relaxing from the trip.
Do you feel like you're finally
Yeah,
chill and
absolutely back to normal.
Yeah.
Kind of just settling into work and
Mhm.
the baby and
Yep.
all the good stuff. So yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Feels good to sleep in our own bed and have my own pillows. As you guys know, like hotel pillows, there's nothing. Like you lay on it and just go, and then
Yeah.
it's not there. So very happy to be home in our own bed with all the pillows because I'm very much that wife that has tons of pillows on her bed. So
Uh,
very happy to be home. But
what's up, guys? Good evening.
good evening. What's up?
Can I call you ACR? Or I'll totally be respectful and be Elise Carradau, but Slater, what's up? Gus, what's up, dude? What's going on? KDL.
What's
Elon say
up?
anything important? I haven't seen Elon. I've seen a bunch of other stuff, but I haven't seen
No, I haven't seen anything.
anything Elon. But
That's her call sign, ACR. All right, cool.
okay, cool. That's fire. Judy, what's up? Good to see you.
Find it.
Oh, good. Most people do. Okay, cool. ACR it is. I like it.
Forgive our son. He's on a
He's on a million.
He's on a million right now. We just got home, busy day. So he might pop in a couple times, but as you can tell, but we're happy to be here and happy to have all you guys here. So, all right, babe, give it to us. What do we got?
Okay, so I saw it first.
Yes.
But I guess I'm late because it was like 3 weeks ago. But I don't give a crap.
Was this interview 3 weeks ago, or was the movie released 3 weeks ago?
I think the movie was released a while ago. Bernie knows. Bernie absolutely knows. He saw it when it came out. At the Am I Racist? But now people are responding to it. And the thing that
He's gone.
Just kidding.
ESPN is a big deal now in this house.
Yes.
He is obsessed with
I'm not mad.
sports. Like wants to watch it in the morning, wants to watch the highlights at night, knows exactly when football is and all this type of stuff. So he cannot find the TV remote. So this is going to be a minute. So if he comes back in again, I will go over and help him, but I'll stay as long as I can. So hopefully he'll find it. Okay, I will be right back.
Go help him find it. Yeah. He definitely has a favorite team and a favorite player for every single sport. He does bring him in for football talk. I mean, you can. Like he's and baseball talk. He's in it right now. The playoffs, forget it. He's absolutely in it for the Yankees and the Mets. So yeah. Dick Butter, what's up? Better find it and get some fresh batteries. That's what she said. Okay. Anyway, I finally saw the reaction to Am I Racist? And Jillian Michaels and it was Jillian Michaels and Matt Walsh. She actually had the cojones to have Matt Walsh on her show. And honestly, she's not the lesbian I thought would bring us kind of, have these type of conversations. But I'm not mad that she is that lesbian because it wasn't going to be Ellen. It wasn't going to be, Rosie O'Donnell. It wasn't going to be it. So, and she works out. So she's got a little bit of, what did they say this morning? She's got a little bit of common sense in there. But she's starting to realize it. I feel like it was last year where she started to just be like, California was turning to shit.
Well, she said 2020 was like a whoa. It was one of those things where you didn't think there was anything going on until 2020. And then it was like everything was going on. And you know, I think she was coming from a point of like, did I miss it?
Yeah.
Was it always going on? Or is this like what's the agenda? What's the point? Like why is it so much? And like for her, and you could see it in her face or whatever, is like her friends.
Yeah.
It's like some of her friends, they've been friends for over 15 years. And in her mind, she's like, have you always felt this way?
Yeah.
So I think for her, I think it's very much like holy crap, what's going on kind of thing.
Well, even that, and she has a black daughter, and you know, she has an adopted black daughter, and so I think that that hit her the most because you like okay, so hold on. The obligatory, and I think we all do this, right? When I saw her interview Matt Walsh, she definitely did what I saw a lot of myself in her. It was almost like I'm uncomfortable asking this conversation. I don't know if I have to ask this if I can ask this question. Uh, you know, my daughter is black. I never thought about race, like blah, blah, blah. She did all the obligatory things that you have to do so that you can ask the questions that you want to ask and not seem racist, right? Everybody's done it. Alex Cooper did it with Kamala. I've done it before. I've definitely done it before. There's, you know, just multiple people trying to now ask the question to see if you're crazy, right?
But you can't ask questions though. That's where it's coming from. And what she was trying to say is, and what we've said, and we've had a lot of conversations, uncomfortable conversations about uncomfortable topics and scary topics and taboo topics that you're just not allowed
I
to
can't
talk
even
about.
believe she was gonna talk.
But
I'm so excited that she did talk about them.
Yeah, she's the one that said, like, we need to be having more of these conversations. Why aren't we having these conversations? And also, too, it's okay to agree to disagree. You
I
know, I think kind of towards the end, and I was, you know, and we'll obviously get to that topic or whatever. But when she got towards the end, it very much felt like she was asking a question, but she wasn't allowing him to answer the question.
She's afraid.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what happens. You get afraid.
Or when you're so adamant about your beliefs on a certain topic, like you feel like you have to repeat yourself over and over and over.
She didn't want to come across racist to her base, right? But Matt Walsh didn't give a shit. And that's the difference. Matt Walsh was going to say what he was going to say.
He just sat there and let her talk until it was until she finally shut up and gave him a chance to talk. She
literally was working out feelings. She was working out her own feelings, and he just sat there and allowed her to do that and answered the questions. I was so impressed with both of them. And because that's normally what the right does. Like, we want to have the conversation. We want to talk about these things. She's a perennial left, and she's asking him if she's racist. She's asking a conservative if she's racist. It was incredible.
Listen, I think the line of questions that she did ask him, I was like, good on ya. You know what I mean? Because
she was scared to death.
Like,
but
I was a huge fan of hers a while ago. And as you know, everybody wanted to look like her. Everybody wanted to be her. Everybody wanted to be trained by her. Like, she was the one. I found her for the first time when we used to watch The Biggest Loser all the time. Like, I mean, I was a huge fan. And then she started doing all of these videos, and then she started attacking CrossFit and all this type of stuff. And I was like, not so much of a fan. Very extreme.
And then she went super left.
Right.
Super liberal, all the things. And you're kind of like, what?
Yeah. And so I kind of was like, okay, like, And then you told me you sent it to me and told me that I needed to watch it.
It was
You need to watch this.
it was incredible, but
Mhm.
so uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And I can remember having all the feelings that I watched her have. Like, I remember that. I remember being like, "Can I say this right now? Can I
We're
talk?"
still in it.
Yeah.
We're still having
If you
conversations
like,
about
you
it and being very mindful, and, it was kind of a funny perspective, I guess you can say, because Tyler Watkins, when he yeah, go ahead, you can read that.
D. Reed, yeah, dude, the left's preoccupation with race and everything seems to be they're the only ones talking about race. It literally
It's hyper focused.
yeah, you
Hyper
yep.
focused. Um,
Jeremy World, well said, Mr. Reed. Yeah, I mean, it's very true what you just said.
mhm.
It's only the left preoccupied with race right now.
Bernie Gannon. Go ahead.
Jillian Michaels had an infamous
Record.
recorded anti-police rant a decade or so ago. Yep, called the cops pigs. Yep. Yeah, she did. Fascist, the whole 9 yards. She makes sense on some points.
Mhm.
Yeah, she did. And I literally, if you watch the podcast, you're watching her come out of it. And it's kind of the minute that they call her, uh, she goes to try to help. She's like, okay, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to help. I want to help. I don't want to be racist. I want to help. She's going to go help an organization in South Africa, whatever. And then some white woman who runs the organization to help South Africa calls her uh, a white savior.
Yeah, that was very eye-opening too.
And she was like, I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah.
I'm a white savior?
Mhm.
Like, you
But
can't.
that is and
It was tough to it was
it was
hard to look at her.
yeah, but I gotta give it to her. She asked all the questions. She asked hard questions. She stayed on topic. She had a lot of her own feelings, and I think that is something that we don't
She even
give enough space to, because the minute that we start to process the way the world is right now and the situations and the experiences that happen and the things that we see and the things that we read, we're not given a space to be able to just openly talk about it, because
yeah.
if I say something incorrectly, if I say something as I'm processing it that is taken as phobic or racist or what's the word that they use? Ignorant,
Yeah.
naive, all of these things, but it's like, how am I supposed to understand more if I'm not allowed to ask the questions? And she went to somebody that is completely
On the right.
on the other side
Yeah.
of most of
And
her views.
he's right. Like, he's
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
And I loved him too because he was open to the conversation as well.
Mhm.
He was
But
what
to hear, like, I wanted to ask you, listening to that conversation, and that these two people are on the complete opposite sides. I think she's very much like us. I see us in her
she
with,
just she's yeah.
opening your eyes and starting to
Yep.
ask more
She's
questions and
yep.
stuff like that. But how powerful was it to hear at times he say, "I can agree with you on that,"
Yeah.
or she's like, "I can agree with you on that."
Yeah, when she was like,
How
yeah,
powerful are those type of statements? Because
she literally
normally
was
you
like, "Yo,
can't.
fathers should be in the household."
Mhm.
Like, I understand where it's important that fathers are in the household. She said it.
Mhm.
I literally almost dropped my phone when I was
Mhm.
watching it because I was like, Jillian Michaels just said that? Stop it.
Mhm.
Because she was so left.
Mhm.
It was incredible to watch them do it. D. Reed. So who's the racist? The conservative who could care less about race, or the Democratic or the Democrat who is obsessed with race. Yeah, I mean,
that was an eye-opening
question.
point too.
Super valid
I mean,
question.
they talked about clips and stuff like that, and I wanted to shout this guy out too, Amir Odom. We found him
Oh
because
yeah, he's the
obviously,
guy. Yeah.
no,
Oh no.
no,
And that's okay. We're all in this process together. We're all
because obviously, like, once you watch one thing, then if there's any other person that talked about the similar topic or whatever, like, it comes up in your feed. And I found him, and he did a reaction, this one right here. He did a reaction or whatever, and it's a really good perspective, and either on his show or the actual interview. I wanted to shout him out because I don't know if I don't remember because I watched them both today. It was eye-opening to see how conservatives don't really care. The conservatives that were brought up in Matt's, is it Matt or Mark?
Matt Walsh.
Matt's documentary or movie or whatever you want to call it. The conservatives that he talked to from all places was like, I don't really care. But then you talk to the Democrats, and that's all that the focus is on race.
Yeah.
That was very eye-opening to me because normally you hear it in reverse. You hear that the Republicans and the conservatives are all racist.
Matt said at one point, hey, if, you know, they were talking about gay marriage, and he was like, me sitting around my kitchen table eating breakfast, I do not think about whether Jillian Michaels is married to a woman. That's not his focus. Like it to say that Republicans just want to get rid of gay marriage, and if they had wanted to, they had the opportunity and they didn't do it. They didn't even talk about it. Other than to say, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So,
and listen, I agree with a lot of what she said on that topic. And here's what I mean by that. You and I have been together for 12 years.
Oh, we're about to debate because I absolutely
I'm
no.
ready.
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
No, tell me.
I'm ready.
No, we've been together for 12 years. Go ahead.
So we've been together for 12 years. And if you take us back to the
we're talking
80s,
about gay marriage right now, right?
Gay marriage.
Okay,
yes. You take us back to the 80s, 90s, that kind of stuff when AIDS was going on. If you were with somebody for a very long time, you weren't married, but you were with somebody and somebody was sick in the hospital, you were unable to go be by their bedside. Right. You were unable to say goodbye. You were unable to honor their wishes. You were unable to be with them in death, in passing. So I agree with her on the question of why don't we deserve protective rights?
Okay, so
as a couple.
She's talking about marriage protective rights.
Yes.
So it's automatic. If you're married, I can make decisions for you. If you want a DNR, I can do that for you.
Our kid.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Federal marriage protective rights. Absolutely get that. Now, Matt Walsh.
We've never done this on live before, so I'm ready.
I don't know if we've ever done this in private before, but okay. Matt Walsh is coming at it from a place of religion. So he's coming at it from marriage is something that is blessed by God, blessed by the church, just, oh, yeah, go. Yes, go have another one. Why are you asking me? You can always have a snack.
He's needy today. He's been
I know, he's very needy. But he's coming at it from a place of, something happens to your soul. It's kind of the same conversation that we had with John. Matt Walsh is coming from a place where there's the meaning of it is different. She came at it from a place of it's a contract between you and the state.
Okay, hold on.
Which I get.
Baby, that's
I absolutely get it.
Have
because
that you want. That's fine.
For so long we weren't protected. But so she just wants She's viewing it as, I need the state to say, hey, you're going to be okay. Hey, you're going to have all these protections. Hey, whatever. He's not coming at it from there. He's coming from, I need to protect my soul. I need to protect procreation. I need to protect, you know, just it's a religious thing that he's coming. So that's why the two can't or won't see eye to eye on it. Because I feel like the right views it more as it's, and I don't, as more sacred, right? It's more of a soul thing. Whereas the gay and lesbian community, it's probably just more of a, I want to be protected and I want to be able to just have the on paper rights. And I don't think that he was coming from it as on paper rights, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And I think she really wanted to change his mind. And I remember being that way. Like, I really wanted to change people's minds. And it's like, I think he understood, like, hey, we're not trying to attack the religious beliefs or religious or, you know, that soul thing that they have. We just want to be protected by the actual government rights to, you know, if you and I buy a house together, it's in my name and I pass, now you have no right to it. It's that fear for us. That's the fear for us. The fear for us is if you die, your family wants to take him and I can't do anything about it, but he's been my son for 7 years. Like, that's the fear for us. And the fear for Matt.
So I guess it goes back to the conversation of faith versus.
I don't even think it's versus. I don't think it has to be versus, and I don't think we have to change anybody's mind. I think the very big conversation that they had was it's this between a man and a woman, they're the only ones that can create life. It takes a man and a woman, whether we're gay or not.
No.
If you're gay,
listen, you and I cannot make a baby.
Yeah.
We can't make a baby.
If you're a gay male couple, you need a woman to make a baby. We, as a female couple, needed a male to make a baby. And I feel like that's what they think we're trying to attack and saying we don't need men. Men are not important. Men are not important in the household. Men are not, like, we don't need men, like that whole man hating lesbian stereotype, whatever. And that's not true. We absolutely do. No matter what you are, straight, gay, whatever, we need them and they need us. Men need women and women need men. At the end of the day, happy life means you need a man or you need a woman. And so Matt's not wrong. I don't feel like Matt's wrong in the way that he thinks in his belief process. But also, if the people that aren't willing to listen would just listen and say, like, hey, we're not trying to say that you are not needed and that you are less than. We're not coming for that. Brittany Gannon, I can't understand why people can't wrap their heads around secular and religious. Marriage being two completely different things. State and religion are separate. Marriage can mean, yeah. Okay, two different things can be true. Like, if Colleen and I just have a marriage where we're protected, like, by the government, and it doesn't infringe on somebody's belief that marriage is okay. So take this. We went to a church that I really wanted to be married in. It was my childhood church, right? It was the one I grew up in. It was the one I found faith in. It was the one I went to with my mom, my grandma, my grandfather, like everybody. They wouldn't marry us at the time. They wouldn't. Okay. That's not your belief. You Okay, that's fine. It was very important for me to be married in a church, so we went to another church that we were able to be married in.
Mhm.
We were married in that church.
Yep.
It's fine. I still think God was there
Yeah.
with us.
He
You know what I mean?
blessed the
Yeah,
rings. We had the rings in the Bible, and that was very, very important for you. And we did all of that. We did all of that, you know?
I think that you can have different religious beliefs and still be okay. I wasn't like, "Hey, cancel that church," because they wouldn't marry us.
Right.
I was just
Right.
like, "Okay,
Mhm.
we'll go to another church." Just the same way that whole thing happened with the bakery.
Mhm.
That bakery didn't want to bake. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this work. Cool. Caller, hi. What's up?
Ladies, how are we doing? Jeremy.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy? What's going on?
Not much. Can you hear me? Is
Yep.
there connection?
Yeah, we're good. Yep.
Cool. I love the topic as someone who grew up in a very religious household. Still to this day, with my parents, they're older, obviously, but gay marriage, everything to do with it, it's wrong, it's forbidden, it's that, and the next thing. However, those same parents of mine are huge proponents of freedom. The problem I find with over religious or over secular, whatever you want to call it, these people, is they pretend that they want freedom and they believe it. But when it comes down to freedom that look like theirs, then then it's like, oh nope, that's wrong because of something I was taught, something I perceive it this way. So it's wrong and no one can, but I can do my display of love and marriage, that's fine. So that's the thing, especially in the American society, American church, we have it twisted. We have to understand, those of us that believe one or have faith or whatever, we have our marriage version, and those who in the gay community or whatever, you have your marriage. It's the same thing. It's just a little bit different, but the freedom is the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to fix this. You're popping a little bit. God, I cannot get rid of this popping.
But pretty much what he was saying, if I heard you correctly, is that it's very specific to the stories that the person wants to have. So when it comes to people believing in freedoms, they want freedoms to look exactly like the freedoms that they believe are free, are actual freedoms.
Exactly.
But if it looks a little bit
Exactly.
different, then they put their hands up. I can't get down with that. That person doesn't deserve this. That person doesn't deserve that. Did I hear you correctly on that?
That's exact. That was very well put. I mean, even take like CrossFit. I'm an avid CrossFitter. Anyone who does CrossFit, we obviously know there's F45. There's High Rocks now popping up. Crazy, it's awesome. You know, and then there's Meathead Gym, whatever. Now, a lot of CrossFitters fall into the trap of kind of making fun of them, ridiculing them because it looks different. Their fitness, their way of expressing fitness, however you want to call it, it looks different. But we have to respect, hey, they're still moving, still working. They're not doing it necessarily the way we do it. But so what? Let them do what they do, maybe, hopefully, through however means. They come on over to the dark side or the light side, whatever you want to call it. And they
the dark side of CrossFit. I love it.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Join us. They get the benefit, community, and all of that. But at the same time, I'm not going to bash someone who goes to F45 or Orange. They're doing what they got to do. And we have to understand that things work. Freedom is freedom, whether it doesn't look how you want it to look. It just is what it is, and we have to bend to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense. Hey, I'm gonna let you go, dude. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to fix this popping. If you want to try to call back, I have no idea what's happening with that. It was working fine before.
It's all right.
All good.
It's all right. I actually wanted to.
Oh no, go ahead.
Germ, I wanted to ask just your personal opinion. When did you feel like this idea of freedom for personal gain started to become a thing and change from actually the freedoms that we all have in this country? When did you think it started to change?
That's a question. I have seen it. Her son's 9 years old. I've seen it all my life up in the church that I grew up in. Saw it all my life, but I would say when I really started to notice it when I was enough or smart enough, man, probably like 08. I would say around the time that Obama came into office. That political season seemed to be the time that both sides, they're these extreme. There was a lot of common ground between both sides to me before that, and then around that time, it just started to. There was extremes on both sides, and these people that pretended they believed in freedom and freedom for all were really kind of full of shit. They were like, no, I believe in my freedom and the way I express it. I don't agree with that person and how they express it. So you would say, I don't know, what's that now, 16 years ago, if I did my math correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I was just curious because it feels like that. We talked about this before, babe, on another podcast. Like it was nothing, and then everything became a thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just always curious of like when things started to become such big political statements, political movements, all this type of stuff. And so I was just curious about your opinion. So, but thank you for calling. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Thanks for suffering through me, guys.
No,
No,
you're
you're good.
Thank you.
All right, bye now.
Bye. Yeah, no, I also, and they talk about this in the podcast too. And when I thought about it in the podcast, you think about it, and the main criticism always was there's no Black TV shows. But then in the 90s and early 2000s, there were. Like, it wasn't just the Cosby Show. Stop saying it was just the Cosby Show. It wasn't. You know what I mean? You had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you had Family Matters, you had Sister, you had Living Single, you had
Living Single.
like,
Oh my gosh,
stop
that's my
trying. Like,
jam. I love that show.
They
I
want
love that show.
They want to say it, but is it really real? Because I remember when I couldn't, or when I was very afraid to show public affection to whatever girlfriend I had in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then it wasn't that anymore. I don't remember having these types of conversations about race. I don't remember any of, my Black friends or my family or whatever telling me all these things. And this was what it was. I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Maybe it was because there was no social media at the time, but
maybe
if those things were happening, don't you in your space?
Yeah, but I think I think that's a really good point. And we talk about social media all the time, but when you're in your small community, in your tight-knit community or whatever, if it's not prevalent there,
fucking Sanford and Sons, that show was amazing. What was the one with Wheezy and like I don't remember, or at least I never felt like it, or I never felt like I didn't see my friends represented on television or in music, or I never felt like that. This is the only time that we've ever felt like that. Sorry, go ahead. That was a good one. Good times.
Good times. Yeah,
good times.
Bernie said it first.
Thank you. Oh, Bernie. Yep, you're right. Good times. 1975.
Yeah,
fair. Yep.
Give cred.
Yep.
The Jeffersons.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like we. What do you mean there was none?
Yeah, I didn't. You learned about it. You kind of heard about it, but it wasn't so divisive, I think is the word that I'm just kind of like, that just kind of comes up in conversations now or whatever. It was very different. My best friend in high school was Black, and her and I were always together. And there was no conversation about like, you know who you are and I know who I am. So make sure that you always know who you are and make sure that you always know who I am. That never was a conversation. We were best friends. We did everything together. We went everywhere together. We went in the you know, around every person and every group, and there just wasn't a thing. And then my best friend Jeff also is half black. And him and I never had the conversation of, you know who I am, I know who you are, and make sure that we both know that you have privilege and I don't. We never had that conversation. We were friends.
Even
we were just friends. And if there was ever a situation that we got into where something came up like that, then we would talk about it. But there's never.
I had the conversation. Like, I had to think about it for a minute, but my grandfather always told me to respect cops. If I was pulled over, and my wallet was in the console, make sure that when the cop comes, you tell him, "Hey, my wallet's in the console. Can I reach for it? Hey, my wallet's in my backpack in the back seat. Can I reach for it?" That I had those conversations. It wasn't. I have a lot of friends that had those conversations. That was just a thing. I don't know. I thought that the conversation that Jillian Michaels opened up was a really good conversation. People want to pick it apart. That's fine. It's okay. But for someone who's trying to figure shit out, it was a great conversation for her.
I think it was a great conversation.
I think it was awesome.
I think it was a great conversation. I think she asked a lot of brave questions on a public platform like she has. And
at AI, so do you think society made you think about y'all's differences? Yeah, I do. I really do. We had this conversation with Shelby Neal. We had this, like, we didn't think about it.
Ariel too.
Dorsey. Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, Ariel Dorsey.
Yeah.
Yeah. We weren't thinking about this until society told us we had to think about it. We weren't thinking about whether we wanted to be a boy or a girl or that we had the choice to do that until society told us that. We weren't thinking about any of this shit. We just hung out with our friends and fucking played.
Yeah.
And we're kids and had a good time.
To a bunch of music and we dressed like each other and we just wanted to hang out and do all these things together. And now all of a sudden, if you do anything, then it goes back to race. Like it
goes back to race, gender, whatever the fuck. And it's insane. Yeah, it was Bruce. It was Jillian Michaels and Matt Walsh had a conversation. And yeah, it was a good one. I was happy because I gave Jillian Michaels a lot of shit for a long time. And
she was a bit much for a long time.
Yeah, she was.
She was. And
so, yeah, Olivia growing up in the 80s was way much simpler. Yeah, like you picked one of the girls out of TLC and you were just like, fuck it. Am I T-Boz? I'm just going to wear, or am I Left Eye? Am I just going to wear some baggy jeans and some whatever? you know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah. And one of the things that he talked about again, and we've said this too, is that when you generalize and you put like this, like,
blanket statement.
Thank you. Like a blanket statement over something, then everybody's tiptoeing. Everybody's walking on eggshells. Where you, instead of taking each individual experience for what it is, I think is going to be more helpful in the long run. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the biggest mistake that she made, or the biggest, and I understand why she made it, is because you just want people to be accepting of you and accepting of your choices and know that you're not a bad person and you're not trying to hurt anybody. And that was her big thing, is she wanted Matt Walsh to say that he believes that it's okay for gay people to be married.
And to him, he doesn't.
And he doesn't believe that. And
that's okay.
It's fine.
That's okay that somebody doesn't, but as long as that person's not going out of their way to physically harm somebody else, it's okay to not believe the same thing.
I watched him. I didn't think he wished her any ill will. And I think he also kind of thought that he was going to go in there and have a battle. And when he didn't, and it
Mhm.
was just like, she was asking him questions.
And she
And
did.
she really
She
wanted
really
to know the
wanted-
answers.
Yeah, and she really wanted.
It wasn't a battle. It was
Yeah.
uncomfortable questions because in this day and age, you're not allowed to ask any fucking questions.
But I think, and maybe because the topics are so different in a way.
no, they're explosive. The topics are explosive.
But what I'm saying is that
Did you see the Van Jones part? Like when she called out fucking Van Jones?
Yeah.
Fuck Van Jones.
I don't believe that, and I think that that's very unfair
I remember
to say something like that because not everybody believes that. I don't believe that.
he said that
Every white
every
person-
white person there's like a ticking time bomb or a
Mhm.
virus that can be
Mhm.
activated at any time to make us racist.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
Mhm.
What are you talking about? No, there's something in my head that can make me just not like you if you're a dick.
Mhm.
But there's nothing in my head that's going to be like, oh, I don't like you because of the color of your skin or your
No,
ethnicity.
again, aren't we supposed to be moving away from that? Isn't that the actual ultimate goal? Aren't we supposed to be looking at the person for who you are? If you're a dick, you're a dick. It doesn't matter what the fuck you look like. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. I don't give a shit what you look like.
And I think, and it blew her mind. It really did. She was just like, wait a second. You know, my kid is black.
Mhm.
Like
Listen, as a parent,
you're
as
like,
a parent, this
I don't
this
know.
world right now, and again, we can say this now because we're parents. Like this world as parents now is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and again, you can look at me and be mad for the choices that I make that I feel like are best for my kid, but we are not going to teach our kid to hate himself because of the color of his skin.
Yeah.
And if that makes us racist because that's what you feel, that's a you thing that you need to figure out. I am not going to raise my kid like that.
When she said she does not appreciate being called racist or being blamed for slavery back in the day, I was like, oh, you don't say. Like, but I'm glad that she is listening.
That's
and
courage
she's
to say something like that because
her platform is way bigger.
But not only that, you can't say stuff like that because if you say stuff like that, then what you're saying is that it never happened.
Yeah.
What you're saying is that you don't think it was wrong. And that's not what I'm saying. I absolutely believe that during
Matt Walsh
the time
said it.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that during the time that there was extreme racism and segregation and lynching and all of those things, it was fucking wrong. I 101,000,000% believe that it was fucking wrong.
But the fact that you're trying to say that there's only one race that can have a bad gene in there that makes you just fucking horrible. No, people are capable of being horrible. And
everybody is.
It wasn't just white people that had slaves. Everybody had slaves back then. Every fucking body. People are capable of being terrible. And you don't want to say that. You just want to say, hey, this one race is capable of being terrible. And so y'all got to figure it out. No, we're humans. We're capable of being terrible.
Mhm.
People have been terrible.
Mhm. People will continue to be terrible.
There's no
like some
suck
people
it the fuck up.
Some people will continue to be terrible and awful people. And unfortunately, you can't change everybody.
And every time we do that, then we call those people out who are fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not based on race.
But I'm not raising my kid to be terrible.
You can be a shitty person. No matter what race you are, you can be a shitty fucking person. And you can be a good person no matter what race you are.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that it's just one race that is that, and we have to atone for that. Nah, man. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's a case by case basis. So, yeah, dude. Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Like, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that.
There are shitty. Here's my statement. There are shitty people everywhere. That's what it is.
Jeremy World, in my experience, the most racist humans I've ever known are Black people. And that I'm not, look, all I'm saying is liberals right now are kind of fucking ridiculous with this shit. And what I have realized over the last 4 years of kind of figuring this out and going through it and growing through it, conservatives don't give a shit. Like, they don't. They got their own shit to worry about. They're worried about, their souls, their work, their money, the protection of the nation, their kids, their fucking school systems. They're not worried about what color you are.
No, and I don't take away the fact that people have personal experiences that are shitty. I don't take that away from people. And I absolutely believe that there are people out there that are racist and still do racist things and say racist things. I absolutely believe that. But again,
we're all capable of being fucking, ain't nobody special. You're
but
capable of being fucking shitty.
Don't put me into,
put
me in a bubble.
If I do something shitty, call me out.
For sure.
Let me know. I'm willing to learn my lesson.
Yep.
Call me out.
Yep.
But don't call me out because my skin color.
Well, one of the clips that they shared from the movie or whatever was a woman literally just answered a question, and 2 seconds later, one of the hosts was calling her a white supremacist.
Because I don't like your attitude.
And I was like,
I mean, the woman just explained herself. It wasn't an attitude.
I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I was like, did I miss a whole section?
Yeah.
Like, did they like, and from what they say, and again, you also have to take the word for what it is. He said he didn't edit anything out, and you're believing that he didn't edit anything out.
Yeah.
But to go from something as a simple sentence of her saying, like, she didn't see something that way or whatever, or the way that she responded to the woman, she was like, I didn't respond any certain way or whatever. And then the other woman was like, you're a white, that was complete white supremacy. She's like, I'm sorry, what? So
but
if there
also there's no way out of white supremacy though. Like, they don't give you a way out of it, or systemic racism. There's no end to it. They're not like, here, this is what you have to do for there to be no systemic racism, or this is what you have to do to no longer be a white supremacist.
Because those are the questions that I would have.
Like, what do I have to do?
Yeah. How are we supposed to fix this? What are we supposed to do to stop this? Because I personally, and again, I'm responsible for myself. The only person that I can control is myself. I'm raising my son
right now, but only for a few more years.
I was getting there. Yeah. I'm raising my son. We're raising our son to be a good person. But when he still makes his own choices at 7, he makes his choices at 7, and he's either going to get praised for those choices or he's going to have consequences for those choices.
He's going to have to answer for them.
Right.
Just like everybody else on the planet.
I am responsible for myself. And so I know that I don't do anything to hurt somebody else. So you're telling me that there's ways to fix this, that there's ways to solve this. I'm one of those people that are not going out of my way to make somebody else feel less than.
Yeah.
So I
don't care.
I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But
how self-centered is that?
But you yelling at me for something that I'm not doing, I don't think is fair either.
How self-centered is that? I don't care. I'm not walking around looking at everybody and being like, what's your race? Let me be mad. Like, I'm looking at you that closely to be like, let me be pissed off at you right now because whatever. I'm not worried about you. Like, it's like me. It's like me going.
And I don't want to be mad.
It's like me going to a restaurant and reading a book by myself, like just being at a restaurant by myself, reading a book, and me sitting there thinking, oh my God, what's everybody thinking about me? Are they thinking like I'm not cool enough to have a girlfriend, or I'm not cool enough to have friends with me? Like, girl, nobody's thinking about you. Everybody's worried about the dinner that they're eating. Nobody gives a shit.
The waiters get worried.
Whatever. You, and that was Utica.
They were really worried that I was at dinner by myself. They
But-
came over like 6 times. I'm like, I'm good. Can I have another glass? I had my headphones in. I was watching something on my phone, just eating my food and drinking my wine by myself. And my waiter was very, very nervous. He came over like 6 times to ask me if I was okay. I'm like, I'm fine.
All right, fine, it's you, whatever.
I'm fine.
But yeah, it's
It's
really,
interesting.
it's an interesting. It's
And
an
listen, I'm all for just. I mean, you obviously enjoy podcasts more than I do, but it was very interesting
yeah,
conversation.
it
to
was.
be
I was
had,
happy
and
that she did it because I don't think that we've had as much of a celebrity as Jillian Michaels, and again, it's not like it's, but Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen, they're not going to do that shit. So I was proud of it. I was proud of her for doing it. I thought it was a good conversation.
She talked about some very tough
and
topics, and she
checked
held her
herself.
own and checked herself and said a lot of things. And she's a mother, and she is trying to figure it out. So
all right, let's get through these other ones pretty quick. Yo, Tim Walsey, what's up, bro? Timmy, you fucked up, or at least you put yourself in a position to get fucked up. So there was a
oh jeez.
and
I hate to say this, but are we surprised?
Kind of not.
Are we surprised, really? Because
look, hot take. I always thought Timmy was gay anyway. I really did. There was no part of me that ever thought that there wasn't some tendencies in there. I'm not gonna lie.
What is wrong with this? What is wrong with these boys tonight?
I don't know. They're
between the dog and him, just
but yeah, so the Black Insurrectionist, which is an Instagram page that I've followed for a little while, he released I guess it was a kid that he went to school when Tim Walsh was a teacher. Tim Walsh took him to a gay bar, which had the Indigo Girls there, which the minute that they
those
said
are our girls right there.
the Indigo Girls,
Those
that
are
is
girls right there.
That is the gayest shit ever.
That's history.
Indigo
baby.
Girls are historically, that's
history,
like Melissa Etheridge. That's like
by the way, Melissa Etheridge keeps coming up in my
I know, because we were supposed to
my
go to
emails.
Yeah.
To go to another concert.
That's like the original Pink albums. That's some gay ass shit. So the minute that the Indigo Girls came into that's what we were listening to at the time, I was like, okay, that's gay as fuck. And so this is probably correct information. But yeah, I guess he took underage boys to concerts, had them back at his house, and yeah, there's a bunch of that stuff circulating. It's in a couple of blogs. It hasn't been
anything officially released.
It hasn't been in here, I'll share this with you. It hasn't been in the post or anything yet, but I feel like it just kind of got released today or yesterday. But this is the post on Twitter from the Black Insurrectionist. This was oh shoot, hold on. Yeah, it's
Indigo Girls, Kenneth, are a group.
Oh yeah, it's a gay group. You wouldn't know because you're not a gay. Real Matthew gay bar, free drinks, getting my white girl on. Yes. I mean, yes, that's absolutely what that is. But it's the kid who, or he's not a kid anymore, but at the time I guess he was a kid. I went to a concert with Tim Walz, an Indigo Girls concert. So right there, if that kid knows it was an Indigo Girls concert, there you go. In July of 1995, I attended a country concert in Omaha with Tim Walz, Alabama. I was one of the students who accompanied Tim Walz and others on his trip to China when Tim Walz received his DUI. It was after an evening spent with me. This kid is not actually trying to go after him, as far as probably not for money, but I think he's going after him criminally. But yeah, I guess he went back to Tim Walz's house and Yeah, and he's not the only one. There's a couple others that are out there. So and listen, I don't know. All this is breaking news. All the evidence isn't out there. Whatever. But hey, dude, you again put yourself in a situation for this. Why are you taking your students to fucking concerts? Why are you know what I mean? Like, why are you even, how is this even something that people can talk about?
Mhm.
But we'll see.
Oh,
Yeah, in fairness, no.
yes.
Okay.
No, Bernie, I was
Bernie,
gonna say, yep.
fair.
Yep.
Yep. In fairness, I'm a little skeptical of breaking scandals within a few
Yep.
weeks. Yep.
Yep.
We had the Trump one. I've seen that trick to me. Yep. I've seen the Trump
Bye,
one.
Jeremy. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Go get it.
Well, I was gonna say that too. Like, I hope it's not true,
Me too.
but also stuff like this tends to come out. I mean, we're very, very close to the election and anything. I mean, what I've also learned since taking off the glasses and being able to look at the bigger picture from both perspectives, you know, because I really do try to listen to both perspectives now versus just being completely consumed with the left like I was. But they will literally do anything to try to win the election in a fear of desperation. Like, so I agree with you, Bernie. Like, I'm gonna have to wait and we're gonna have to wait and see what comes out. And actually, yeah, because Olivia said the same thing. Like, there's descriptions of marks and this and whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if more facts come out about this, like, you know, but everybody talks about like timing and like timing is everything. But we all know that we're human and we don't have the best timing for anything. Like, there's never a good time for anything. But this, I'm with Bernie. We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm for it. But also,
yep,
that's out there. Everybody was quick to put whatever was out there about Trump. Everybody was quick to put whatever was out there about Hillary. Everybody was quick to put whatever was out there.
This is unfortunately also a trend. This
Big
is what
Mike,
everybody does. Like,
we've talked
birth certificates and all this type of stuff. Like they want to hit below the belt as much as they can.
This is out there. I have not seen if this is actually like a joke. It's a very shitty joke because you're talking about a minor.
Yeah.
So like,
yep.
But hey, man. Apparently, with what we've seen in the last two elections, all's fair in love and Instagram. So,
we talked about the text me when you get home bit. We did that, right?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, that was if you haven't seen that yet, go find it on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was tough.
Scares the shit out of.
But yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree with you, Bernie, dude. Like they'll come out with anything right now. But look, hey, maybe Biden put it out, Bernie, because Biden mad right now.
Bye, Bruce. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. Love y'all. Maybe Biden put it out because he mad because he got tossed to the side and shunned and shit. So maybe it's his fucking people that put it out. Whatever the case is, like it's all right. I was gonna get into the I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, we got a couple minutes left. I don't know if you guys know Josh Seiter. He was a Bachelor. He was on The Bachelor. And then all of a sudden he went super weird and did this whole thing where I pulled it. I've brought it up before. I couldn't tell if it was satire or if he was really serious about this. But Little G said Biden's still alive. So he might be out there activating
on the pot at Crash.
Yeah.
Perfect timing to just let everybody know that Biden is still alive.
Yeah. Bernie, one of the things that no one talks about with the Hunter laptop story, Giuliani had the laptop for 6 months, but waited to release the story until a week before the election. Political time. Yeah, I get it. I understand it. But this guy from the Bachelor, he decided.
Oh, Liv, you watched this actually live. That's crazy. She watched it on the.
He broke that shit on Alex Stein. Oh, Shut up. Oh, okay.
She watched it live.
Okay.
Crazy.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna have to look that
Crazy.
up. I haven't seen that yet. But he did this whole thing where he dressed like a woman and said he was a woman forever, but did nothing else to like no hormones, no surgeries, no hair removal, no nothing. It was kind of crazy. Nobody knew whether it was satire or not.
Yeah, but I mean, avid posting, avid
Yeah.
topics.
And you had the left
I'm
going crazy. He's a girl.
I'm trans.
He's a girl.
I'm
He's a girl. Yeah.
Like would go out and to the beach in bikinis and talk about the backlash that he would get. Like, I mean, like he literally roped us all into what he was.
I never ever commented because I was like, I don't know. I kept asking people, do you think this is satire or do you think that this is like a real dude pretending that he's a chick and he really believes that he's a chick?
Yeah.
And so now,
I mean, it was legit and it was
crazy.
Everybody.
I fucking
all the followers.
It would be like a month. I'd be like, oh, he thinks he's trans. And then be like a month where I'm like, no, this is fucking satire. And then it like, he's trans. No, he's satire. But here's the full explanation. That's pretty cool.
Bachelorette star Seiter just finally admitted after 6 months that he indeed transitioning to a woman was a social experiment. And oh my God, the woke queer activists are going insane. Let's take a look.
I was talking with some friends. I said, let's look at the medical literature and what it says. It says that trans people don't have to transition, don't have to have gender dysphoria, don't have to get surgery, and don't have to get hormones. If they feel they are a different gender than their bio sex, then they are trans and they are valid. And I said, understandably, this is ridiculous. Then I can present exactly how I am, and I can be trans and valid if I say that's my gender identity. And so I said, let me prove how ridiculous this is using reductio ad absurdum by being trans for 5-6 months. And hopefully people will understand then how ridiculous this is.
And he is correct. According to woke left ideology, you don't need gender dysphoria to be trans. You don't need to transition to be trans. You don't even need to present as the sex that you identify as to be trans. And the ironic part of all of this, leftists had to get on board with all of this. They had no choice. If they didn't, they were going against their own ideology. Brilliant, if you ask me.
That was...
He dropped the mic.
Yo,
he shook the world.
It was so fire. And he was so good at it. Like, I can't even tell you how good he was at it. You didn't know for a hot minute. Dick Butter, it's all satire. Yeah, I probably should know that already. But...
We thought, but also too, we have seen people have shared. I mean, I'm not on TikTok. We're not on TikTok, but people share a lot of what they see on TikTok to Instagram. And you see a lot of people that don't shave that now have a beard as well as identifying as a trans woman. So like for him not to shave, I was like, okay, this is part of.
Okay, here. This is one of his satire things that like, again, like some of them you were like, oh, it's satire. And some of it you're like, nah.
Everyone. So I want to talk today about the elephant in the room that women don't like talking about, but we all think about: having a bulge. Having a bulge doesn't magically make you a man. Having a bulge doesn't negate your womanhood. A lot of us women still have our bits and pieces, and that's okay. So I think we really need to start changing the language and discourse around this.
Okay, so yeah, like that was his shtick the entire time. It was so outlandish that you were like, what is he talking about? What is happening right now? You know what I mean? And that one I was like, okay, this is satire. It has to be satire. There's no way. But yeah, leftists went nuts. They were just like, you fucked with us, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you messed with yourself. You had no choice but to go with it. Because you said if you don't even have to have gender dysphoria to be trans. And that was not what being trans was when I grew up.
No, and you hear the trans women that like, what's her name? Flame is
Yeah,
one of your favorite
Trish,
ones or
that's a
whatever.
beautiful woman. I mean, they had to say that. They absolutely had to say that she was a woman.
Mhm,
Otherwise, they went against their whole thing.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
now I'm stressed about my bulge.
Hello,
Hey, John,
John.
what's up?
Hello, John.
Apparently, you can have a bulge and be a woman. It's fine. Whatever. So, but yeah, it was crazy, and the leftists lost their shit, and it was like, oh, you got called out on it. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Mhm.
It. I have no disrespect for trans women, and I'm
No.
not against trans women. And for those trans women that are actually trans women, I'm fine with them. Like, it's fine. It's this whole ridiculous subset of like weird people trying to talk to kids and doing weird things and trying to be in women's spaces and locker rooms and bathrooms. And that shit weird.
Mhm.
But just, yeah, what you were saying, Flame and Row, like, get it, girl. I'm all for you. Let's do it. Perform. Do
Mhm.
your stand. Like,
Mhm.
like, it's good.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Oh, fupa. Yeah, that doesn't count as a bulge though. I wouldn't call a fupa a bulge. That's just shit we have to work on as ladies. But we can't stand it anymore.
Well, did I show you this guy? Where?
Do I want to see this guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. What was it?
Will he call me old fashioned, but I like my women bulgeless? Yeah.
The trans man. Oh, that's who it is. Fuck.
And aren't
Yeah.
fupas on top of the jeans? I feel like bulges are in the jeans and fupas kind of fall out
Oh, this. Yeah,
on top
this
of the
is
jeans. Am I
this
wrong?
is the
I
one.
might be wrong.
This is the one. Thank you. This is the one I wanted to show you. Buck Angel, if you don't follow, who showed me Buck? Somebody did. So whoever it was, thank you for telling me to look up Buck Angel because this is good. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Start living as a woman for the last 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and then tell somebody who's been a woman for the last 30 years what being a woman is. I live and let live. I don't care, but don't try to make me accept certain things that I just don't want to accept. I have my right to not want to accept certain things or certain terms or to be labeled a certain kind of way, but they're forcing it down our throats, and I don't appreciate that. I'm on TikTok all the time, and I'm seeing trans women. You real women are just jealous because your men want us. You real women are just jealous because you don't look as good as, like, where's all of that coming from? Like, what is that about? But then as soon as you respond, like Jess Hilarious did, now we're transphobic and...
Wow, she just said it all right there. Why don't you try listening to the women and maybe you'll get a little bit more respect. Always calling people transphobic. It's so ridiculous. Wow.
You can't.
So Buck Angel,
Yeah, the remote was
is
found.
a trans man.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it was weird.
Yes, Olivia, thank you. Thank you.
You even saw on the Charlie Kirk one where this girl sits down and tells him, like, I have a trans woman friend and she's more of a woman than I am. You got women saying that a trans woman is more of a woman than what?
Yeah, and this was something that was also brought up too, on both Amir and the Jillian Michaels one or whatever, is that guilt is a powerful tool, the same way that fear is. And
Yeah.
how do you move people with fear? And this new form of movement that they're trying to move people with is guilt. Guilt for being white.
Yeah.
Guilt for being a biological woman. Guilt for, fill in the blank. And when you have a bunch of people that are not strong enough or confident enough or are worried that other people are going to judge them.
Or even just you love your friend. I get that
Mhm.
argument too. You love your friend, you have a trans friend and you love them and you think they're amazing and you're trying to help them feel good about themselves.
Mhm.
That's great. They can feel good about themselves. And also, you don't have to diminish yourself.
Right. Mhm.
And you don't have to say that you're less than a woman because your trans friend is trying to, like, you can
Mm.
both just,
Mm-mm.
like,
Mhm.
it can still be a thing where you get a period, you can give birth to a kid, you can breastfeed a kid. The trans woman can't. There's a difference biologically.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
And
the
I don't see how guilt is going to bring people together. What person wants to be around somebody else that makes them feel guilty all day?
but then also
All
too,
day, every day.
oh, this is a hard question. And I'd be interested to this. Do you acquiesce to your trans friend because you pity them? Is that a form of pity?
Mm, that's a question, babe.
Like,
That's a
am I
question.
telling you you're more of a woman than me because I pity you because you're not an actual woman? Because that's just some more bullshit.
Right. And do you want that?
Yeah.
Like, do you want that?
As a trans woman, do you want that? As a trans man, do you want that?
Mhm.
Like,
Listen, do you? We say it all the time. Do you be happy, be safe,
yeah.
be kind to other people, and leave our kids. Leave our kids alone. That's literally what it is.
It's great. Either way, go check out go check out that interview. That was pretty cool.
Well, I have to go back up to the beginning. We didn't talk about it
Oh,
as soon as
sorry.
we got on or whatever. But
What did we not do?
apparently, where is it?
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I messed up.
Apparently, Mr. Souza was on or is on, possibly still too, and he shouted us out and invited people to come over and watch us. So if you came over because
Aw, thank
Souza
you.
invited you to come hang out with us, thank you.
Appreciate you guys
And
always.
thank you to Matt Souza for sharing the love and inviting people to come on over here. So I don't know if he's still on right now.
Sousa's the boss. Love
He
him.
is. Oh, he is.
Love talking to him. I can't wait to talk to him. Watching him at Crash. There's another video of him actually like working the floor, baby, that I
Yeah.
have to put up on Instagram. But
Yep.
yeah, it was awesome.
He's doing the affiliate video contest
Yeah.
watch party right now. So
Oh yeah, go do that.
Thank you, Souza, for giving us some love and
Trish, thank you. We
Oh,
love
thank
you.
you,
We love you
Trish.
too. I'm still leading the way to try to figure out who you are, but I
don't tell her that.
yeah, you can't
She
tell.
might go back
yeah.
into hiding. Didn't she go into hiding for a little bit?
I don't know, but girl, you're like, but thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Bernie again. Yeah.
Yep.
And thank you, Souza, all you guys. We got Taylor on Saturday. We're going to kind of talk a little bit about Crash, talk about Kill Taylor because he's going to do Kill Taylor on Saturday. And then we haven't gone into politics in a minute. So he and I are probably going to dance into politics with Colleen, telling us to shut up because we're talking too much. But
no, listen, I show how little I know about politics when Taylor comes on. So it's just one of those ones where I'm going to ask a lot of questions and try to get some more understanding. And, so.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Literally, Glitton Things podcast, one conversation trying to understand this world
one
at a time. Like that's literally what it is. And when you are in an echo chamber for so long, and you realize that the world is not that echo chamber and the world is
oh yeah, Bernie. Yeah, we're going to do that too.
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to do a collab with John Young and Brock. So it'll be two very straight married men with children.
Met Brock.
Yeah,
he's
Brock awesome.
When we were at Crash. So it was very nice to meet him. And
so we're gonna try two married lesbians with a kid versus two straight married guys with kids. So that'll be fun.
Not versus.
Not versus. Sorry, not versus. Like having conversation, trying to understand.
To the table.
Yeah.
Has Chick, thank you
Appreciate
I
you.
hope the wad wasn't so bad. Wasn't too bad. She was wadding.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, girl.
Appreciate you. But
everybody.
yes, we've got other people, but we're honestly just trying to get back from Crash and everything, and everybody else is trying to get back from Crash. So Taylor's first on the list.
Freaking election season. You guys all have to. I have to do a live link show. You guys should all just pop on, and we should all just
talk to her about politics.
Yeah,
because
talk to
I
me
do
about
my
politics.
best, but she needs the intelligent minds.
I'll do a live link show and just send out links to everybody. You guys just all come on, and we can all just have a watch party.
Oh
or
my
whatever.
gosh, are we gonna have an election
watch party? If anybody wants to do it, hit me up, DM me. I'll totally send out links. And
we'll do an official watch party.
Yeah, we'll do the fucking watch party. And
listen, you can just
talk shit all
come
night.
on the show and just not say anything and just hang out. We'll have like 15 people on the screen.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm all about it. So let me know. DM me if you guys want. We'll do it. Everybody can pop on the link show. It'll be cool. Thank you so much, guys. We always appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Yeah, as we just allow these conversations to happen and kind of figure.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Figure out.
All right. Yeah. DM me. Send me your.
If you guys want to.
Let's do it.
Just send your email. And
Wooly, I already know you're just gonna get a random link to a watch party for the politics. Bernie Gannon, you too, man. Send me your. Come on.
Send your email.
Come on, Bernie. The audience demands you, Bernie, for the watch party. Let's go.
That's funny. He said a clickbait title. Next time.
2 lesbians destroy John Young. All right, guys.
Oh wait, what did I did pick a name for it. Do you remember what it was?
No, it's pretty fire though.
I don't
yeah,
remember.
Trish. So yeah, you can just have a blank screen. I won't even pull you. Like you can just have audio. I won't even pull your face up. You can just talk with the scream. What was the scream thing that changed your voice?
She watched all of the screens yesterday.
If you have the thing, the voice changer for that, you can just be Ghostface and be on and whatnot.
With like, I can see like glasses. Like what is it? The Anonymous.
Yeah,
with like the mask on or the glasses and the mask all the way up.
Yeah,
like
just
this,
come on and
so
be
Yeah,
Trish, just come on and be Ghostface. I'll blank out your screen. You'll just have audio.
Nobody will know.
I'll just put that picture up as like the filler, and you can just nobody will know who you are. It'll be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
It's right on time for Halloween.
Such a funny show.
That's fire.
If you did that, so funny.
But yeah, DM me your emails if you wanna have some fun.
Yep.
I didn't mean that like I not fun like that, but fun like talk shit about the election. You know what I mean? Jan Clark, good evening. And also good night, because
we're about to go.
Yeah, but I'll text you guys because we're gonna have
the boys are coming back.
Yeah, the boys are coming back, and Colleen's coming.
No.
The Colleen's coming on that show.
No,
so she can talk about the exerciser.
Jan, I'm still trying to sell my seat, and I've had a couple takers, and my wife will not allow me to sell my seat on the boys show.
You have to come on and talk about the exerciser. And,
no, I cannot show the world that side of me.
Yes, you can.
Just cannot.
It was amazing when you did. What was it? The quick swallow.
Yes. Yes.
Scandal. All right.
No. So I might reach out to, who is it? CJ wants to come on, and who else?
Nope.
Who
Listen.
Who else was it though? CJ
everybody wants to come on the boys show because they all want to talk about their penis. Men want to talk about their penis. So like.
But I also feel, and Jan, you're in here right now. Jake's obviously not in here right now, but I don't know if it's gonna have the same. Oh shit! I can't believe I'm gonna say
Trish
this.
Walz. Oh, say it.
I don't know if this is going to have the same impact if I'm on the show, because it won't get as raunchy. Like the boys tend to behave when I'm on.
No, they know you now. We're all they know our whole life story. I've already said
That's what I'm saying, Kenneth. I feel like that is actually what I'm supposed to bring to that show. Is my mic is still hot. You're going to hear me laughing, and
it'll be a good time. No, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right, guys. Thank you so much tonight. Wait, Bernie Gannon. Oh, yeah. Imagine if the scandal was real. Trish is really Tim Walsh. That would be amazing. But no, I hope not. Because I just talked a lot of shit about Tim Walsh tonight. So I hope it's not. Okay.
Thank you, Trish.
Oh.
Thank you, Trish. I'll take that compliment. That's a good compliment.
All right, guys. Thank you, Vindicate, as always.
Yeah, I wore Sevon's shirt.
She loves Sevon now. Sevon's like her favorite now. You heard it in the last podcast. She loves him. It's fine. It's fire.
Not my favorite, but
You lie.
listen.
You love him.
I give
You're warming up.
kudos. I give kudos where they deserve.
You're warming up. He's warm and fuzzy now for you, right?
No, that's just weird. It just makes it weird. It just makes it weird.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you, Souza, again. And we'll see you guys on Saturday for Taylor.
All right.
Awesome.
See ya.
Deuces.
Bye.